Today on MTG Unpacked, we're taking a look at another Commander 2021 deck. This time it's Witherbloom Witchcraft. So this ties in to the new set Strixhaven. So that is the color combo black and green. And here we have the Commander Willow Dusk Essence Seer. So this is not actually a card. This is like printed onto the cardboard. So you might remember older Commander sets that would have a plastic window. So I think they're trying to cut back on the plastic in their packaging, which is pretty cool. So life and death intertwine. Team up with Willow Dusk and serve up a Kettle of Calamity to your opponents. So using your own life force, watching your creatures swell in size. Looks like we have some other commanders, so we'll take a look at those in the box. And what's this? They're at home riding zombie crocs down the river. Nice. Okay, we've got a deck box, 100 card deck with 17 new cards, 10 double-sided token cards, life rule strategy insert, and reference card. Let's get into it. So there is like a pull tab thing on the side here, or on the bottom. We previously looked at the Silver Quill Statement deck. If you missed that video, I'll chuck a link in the corner. Check it out. Okay, so let's see what we got here. A very nice deck box, Witherbloom Witchcraft. There we go, get that in focus. And we also have this thing. So this is where you'll see it's just printed on there. We've got these little punch out tokens. Can use them as counters or confetti apparently. And I think that's supposed to be a divider of some kind. Okay, so Strixhaven School of Mages, let's get into it. And which of these are you most interested in? Leave a note in the comments. So I've got a couple of things here, and I'm thinking this should fit 100 cards sleeved. You'll notice the unsleeved. There's plenty of room there, so I think you'll be good for that. You just get rid of the divider. Here's the life wheel. So this thing goes up to, if I can focus, goes up to like 40 and then counts down from 20 on the other side. And here is a little bit about Commander. So if you are new to the game, these are a great way to get started. Learn to play Commander. So a bit about playing the deck, and here are the basics. And on the other side, Willow Dusk Essence Seer. So this tells you about the deck, a bit of lore there, and some of the other commanders. And this deck goes for about 35 to 40 US, so a bit pricier than the ones you would have seen in Kaldheim. But I think they definitely, the last one at least, they seem to bulk things up. There are a lot more rares and mythics than what I remember from Kaldheim. Okay, so let's take a look here. Boost the exposure a little. Too much, there we go. We got Willow Dusk Essence Seer, legendary creature, Dryad Druid. It's a mythic. 3/3 for 3 for 1 tap. Choose another target creature. Put a number of +1/+1 counters on it equal to the amount of life you gain this turn, or the amount of life you lost this turn, whichever is greater. Activate only as a sorcery. So this sort of deck, you are using your life as a resource. So I'm expecting to see lots of synergies there. And let's see, we've got another commander here. Guillaume, Master Chef, legendary creature, Troll Warlock, another mythic. 5/3 for 4 with trample. At the beginning of your end step, create a number of food tokens equal to the number of non-token creatures you had enter the battlefield under your control this turn. Pay 1, sacrifice the food, and target creature gains indestructible until end of turn. Tap it. Okay, so then let's see here. We will dig through separating out the lands. We'll take a look at those later. The mana base isn't really the most exciting usually. We do have, sometimes the last one they put extra lands in the deck here. I'm not really seeing it. Okay, well let's get stuck into it anyway. So we'll start off here with Honor Troll. Creature Troll Druid, 2/3 for 3, Vigilance. If you would gain life, you gain that much life +1 instead, and Honor Troll gets +2/+1 as long as you have 25 or more life. So very distinguished looking troll there. Interesting. Next up, we've got another commander here. Dina, Soul Steeper, legendary creature, Dryad Druid, 1/3 for 2. Whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life, and for 1, sack another creature. Dina, Soul Steeper gets plus X, plus 0 until end of turn, where X is his sacrificed creature's power. Okay, so pump her up by killing off your other creatures. Mortality Spear, instant for 4. The spell costs 2 less to cast if you gain life this turn. Destroy target non-land permanent. So I'm expecting to see somewhere here life gain and life loss stuff. Witherbloom Campus, it's land, enters battlefield, tap it for black or green, pay 4 tap, you get to scry 1. Okay, so they did sneak some lands in here. Study Hall, tap for colors for 1 tap, add 1 mana of any color. When you spend this mana to cast your commander, scry X, where X is the number of times it's been cast from the command zone this game. Ooh, that's cool. Ancient Craving, sorcery for 4. You draw 3 cards and you lose 3 life. Here we go. That's one of the things we need to trigger some of those effects. Bloodthirsty Aerialist, creature vampire rogue, 2/3 for 3 with flying. Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on Bloodthirsty Aerialist. Alright, we're going to have vampires, I think. Epicure of Blood, creature vampire, 4/4 for 5. Whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. Next up we have Feed the Swarm, sorcery for 2, destroy target creature or enchantment an opponent controls, you lose life equal to that permanent's mana value. So the mana value is basically the converted mana cost, so you add up the cost in the corner. Greed, enchantment for 4, he's like spitting out the coins there. Pay a black, pay 2 life, draw a card. Reckless Spite, instant for 3, destroy 2 target non-black creatures, you lose 5 life. Silver's Moat Ghoul, creature zombie vampire, 3/1 for 3 at the beginning of your end step. If you gained 3 or more life this turn, return Silver's Moat Ghoul from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. For 1 and a black, sack it, draw a card. Okay, so we are getting a lot of card draw, that's pretty important for a commander deck. Suffer the Past, instant for X and a black, exile X target cards from target player's graveyard. For each card exiled this way, that player loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Vampire Nighthawk, creature vampire shaman, 2/3 for 3, flying, death touch and lifelink. What a combination there. Cultivate, sorcery for 3, search your library for up to 2 basic land cards, reel them, put 1 onto the battlefield tapped and the other into your hand, then shuffle. Gift of Paradise, enchantment aura for 3, enchant land. When Gift of Paradise enters battlefield, you gain 3 life. Enchanted land has tap to add 2 mana of any one color. Pulse of Miraza, instant for 3, return target creature or land card from a graveyard to its owner's hand. You gain 6 life. Rampant Growth, sorcery for 2, search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Okay, let's get on to the rest here. We got Leyline Prowler, creature nightmare beast, 2/3 for 3, death touch and lifelink. Tap to add 1 mana of any color. Moldavine Reclamation, enchantment for 5. Whenever a creature you control dies, you gain 1 life and draw a card. Okay, so you're sensing a theme here: life lost and life gained. So that's how you're triggering a lot of things here. Arcane Signet. This is in a lot of commander decks these days because it's an artifact for 2 tap to add 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity. Elixir of Immortality, artifact for 1, pay 2 tap. You gain 5 life. Shuffle Elixir of Immortality in your graveyard into their owner's library. Paradise Plume, artifact for 4. As it enters the battlefield, choose a color. Whenever a player casts a spell of the chosen color, you may gain 1 life. Tap to add 1 mana of the chosen color. So this is something you could probably use in just about any commander deck. Pristine Talisman, artifact for 3. Tap to add colorless mana, you gain 1 life. Same with that one. And you've never seen this before, have you? It's a Soul Ring, artifact for 1. Tap to add 2 colorless mana. And it's actually in pretty much every commander deck these days. Sun Droplet, artifact for 2. Whenever you dealt damage, put that many charge counters on Sun Droplet And at the beginning of each upkeep, you may remove a charge counter from some droplet. If you do, you gain 1 life. And Talisman of Resilience. Artifact for 2. Tap for colorless mana. Tap, add black or green. It deals 1 damage to you. So again, you can trigger some of those effects off of that. Blighted Woodland, it's land. Tap for colors for 3 and a green. Tap. Sack it. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards. Put them onto the battlefield. Tap, then shuffle. Blight Mound. What on earth is that? Enchantment for 3. Attacking Pests. Ah, there we go, the Pests. You control, get +1/+0 and have menace whenever a non-token creature you control dies. Create a 1/1 black and green pest creature token with. When this creature dies, you gain 1 life. Pests feed on carrion, mud, and one another. Alright. So I think we're going to get some pest tokens in this deck. Essence Pulse. Sorcery for 4, you gain 2 life. Each creature gets -X until end of turn, where X is the amount of life you gained this turn. Marshland Bloodcaster, creature Vampire Warlock, 3/5 for 5 with flying, 1 and a black. Tap, rather than pay the mana cost of the next spell you cast this turn, you may pay a life equal to that spell's mana value. Tivash Gloom Summoner. Okay, this is a legendary creature, human warlock, 4/4 for 5. With lifelink. At the beginning of your end step, if you gain life this turn, you may pay X life, where X is the amount of life you gain this turn. If you do, create an XX black demon creature token with flying. Ooh, these are creepy looking. Vain Witch Coven. Creature Vampire Warlock, 3/3 for 3 with menace. Whenever you gain life, you may pay a black. If you do, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Blossoming Bog Beast. That's an interesting character. Creature Beast, 3/3 for 5. Whenever Blossoming Bog Beast attacks, you gain 2 life. Then creatures you control gain trample and get +X until end of turn, where X is the amount of life you gained this turn. Ezerut Channeler. Creature Treefolk Druid, 4/6 for 6. With reach, creature spells you cast cost X less cast, where X is the amount of life you gain this turn. Tap, you gain 2 life. Okay, so they've got quite a few rares in this deck, I've noticed. Healing Technique. Sorcery for 4 has Demonstrate. When you cast a spell, you may copy it. If you do, choose an opponent to also copy it. Players may choose new targets for their copies. Could be a little dangerous. Return target card from your graveyard to your hand. You gain life equal to that card's mana value. Exile Healing Technique. Here we go. Pest Infestation. Sorcery for X. X and a green. Destroy up to X target artifacts and or enchantments. Create twice X 1/1 black and green pest creature tokens with. When this creature dies, you gain 1 life. Alright. Lots of pests are entering the battlefield. And this is cool. Sproutback Trudge. Creature Fungus Beast. 9/7 for 9. What? The spell costs X less to cast, where X is the amount of life you gain this turn. Has Trample at the beginning of your end step. If you gain life this turn, you may cast Sproutback Trudge from your graveyard. And we have the Trudge Garden. Enchantment for 3. Whenever you gain life, you may pay 2. If you do, create a 4/4 green Fungus Beast creature token with Trample. So keep an eye out for the Fungus Beast tokens. Eudora Grave Gardener. Legendary creature, Treefolk Druid, 5/5 for 5. Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, you may return it to the battlefield face down under its owner's control. It's a forest land. Interesting. Revival Experiment. Sorcery for 6 for each permanent type. Return up to 1 card of that type from your graveyard to the battlefield. You lose 3 life for each card returned this way. Exile Revival Experiment. Okay, we've got the Witch's Clinic. So this is a land. Tap for colors. For 2 tap, target commander gains lifelink until end of turn. Good deal. Blood Tracker. Creature Vampire Wizard. 2/2 for 4 with flying. For a black, pay 2 life, put a +1/+1 counter on Blood Tracker, and when Blood Tracker leaves the battlefield, draw a card for each +1/+1 counter on it. Ooh, that's awesome artwork. Damnable Pact. Sorcery for X and 2 black. Target player draws X cards and loses X life. So I guess you could target yourself as well with that one. Deadly Tempest. Sorcery for 6. Destroy all creatures. Each player loses life equal to the number of creatures they controlled that were destroyed this way. Defiant Bloodlord. Creature Vampire. 4/5 for 7 with flying. Whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life. And a mythic. Yes, I think I got the play out of this actually. Noxious Gearhulk. Artifact creature construct 5/4 for 6. Has menace. When it enters battlefield, you may destroy another target creature. If a creature is destroyed this way, you gain life equal to its toughness. So this is from, I'm going to say either Kaladesh or Aether Revolt. I can't remember which one. And another mythic. Obnixilis Reignited. Legendary Planeswalker Nixilis 5 loyalty for 5. Is +1, you draw a card and you lose 1 life. -3, destroy target creature. -8, target opponent gets an emblem with. Whenever a player draws a card, you lose 2 life. Sangromancer, creature vampire shaman, 3/3 for 4 with flying. Whenever a creature an opponent control dies, you may gain 3 life. Whenever an opponent discards a card, you may gain 3 life. Sanguine Blood Enchantment for 5. Whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life. So this is almost like a vampire deck in here as well, which is pretty cool. Taste of Death. Sorcery for 6. Each player sacrifices 3 creatures. You create 3 food tokens. So they are artifacts with pay 2, tap, sack this artifact, you gain 3 life. Ageless Entity. Creature elemental 4/4 for 5. Whenever you gain life, put that many +1/+1 counters on Ageless Entity. And this is Renewal. Sorcery for 6. Search your library for up to 3 basic land cards. Put them onto battlefield tapped. Then shuffle. You gain 7 life. Verdant Sun's Avatar. Creature Dinosaur Avatar. 5/5 for 7. So whenever it or another creature enters battlefield under your control, you gain life equal to that creature's toughness. Gaze of Granite. Sorcery for X. 2 black and a green. Destroy each non-land permanent with mana value X or less. We're being trolled. It's the Gluttonous Troll. Creature Troll 3/3 for 4 with trample. When it enters battlefield, create a number of food tokens equal to the number of opponents you have. And for, let's see, 1 and a green, sack another non-land permanent. Gluttonous Troll gets +2/+2 until end of turn. That's some fun flavor. Sapling of Kolfanor, which I think we might have done a Commander snack video on this one before. Could be mistaken. Legendary creature Treefolk Shaman 2/5 for 5 with Indestructible. Whenever Sapling of Kolfanor attacks, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature card, you gain life equal to that card's toughness. Lose life equal to its power, then put it into your hand. Ooh, nice one. Spicy. Alhammaret's Archive. It's a mythic. Legendary artifact for 5. If you'd gain life, you gain twice that much life instead. If you draw a card except the first one you draw on each your draw steps, draw 2 cards instead. So this is one you could probably use in pretty much any commander deck. That's pretty cool. Druidic Satchel. Artifact for 3. Pay 2, tap, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature card, create a 1/1 green sapling creature token. If it's a land card, put that card onto the battlefield under your control. If it's a non-creature, non-land card, you gain 2 life. Loxodon Warhammer. Which, speaking of, what are people thinking? The rumours about, or not rumours, they've announced they're going to be doing Magic Warhammer sets. So, not sure how I feel about that, but it'll be interesting. Anyway, we've got an artifact equipment for 3. Equip creature gets +3/+0 and has trample and lifelink. Equip it for 3. Ventz's Journal artifact for 5. You have no maximum hand size. Beginning of your upkeep, you gain 1 life for each card in your hand. Well of Lost Dreams artifact for 4. Whenever you gain life, you may pay X, where X is less than or equal to the amount of life you gained. If you do, draw X cards. Okay, so that is the main deck. Now we're going to look at the mana base. And there is actually, you might see it there, there's a little surprise in the middle, so we'll keep our eyes peeled for that. Exotic Orchard is a land. Tap to add 1 mana of any color that a land an opponent controls could produce. High Market, tap for colors. Tap, sack a creature, you gain 1 life. Llanowar Waste, tap for colors. Add black or green, it deals 1 damage to you, so that fits in nicely with the theme of the deck. Temple of Malady enters battlefield tapped. When it enters battlefield, scry 1, tap it for black or green. Command Tower, you'll see this in pretty much every commander deck. It's land. Tap to add 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity. Ooh, Gingerbread Cabin from Throne of Eldraine. Tap for green. It enters battlefield tapped unless you control 3 or more other forests. And when it enters battlefield untap, create a food token. Golgari Rot Farm, which incidentally, Golgari is the traditional name for the black-green color combo. It's a land. Enters the battlefield tapped. When it enters the battlefield, return a land you control to its owner's hand, tapped for black and green. Jungle Hollow, so this gets you black or green, enters tapped, and you gain 1 life. Myriad Landscape enters battlefield tapped, tapped 4 colors for 2, tap, sack it. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards that share a land type, put them onto the battlefield tap, then shuffle. Radiant Fountain enters battlefield, you gain 2 life, tap for colors. Rogue's Passage, we saw this one in the previous deck. Tap for colors for 4, tap, target creature can't be blocked this turn. Sapseep Forest, tap for green, enters battlefield tapped, and for green, tap, you gain 1 life. Activate only if you control 2 or more green permanents. So again, you can trigger all those other cards you have. Tainted Wood, tap for colors, tap to add black or green. Activate only if you control a swamp. And we saw this one before. Temple of the False God, it's land, tap for 2 colors. Activate only if you control 5 or more lands. Now we're going on to swamps. So let's see here. Eight, 9, 10, probably going to have about, okay, we have 11 of those. And I'm going through these a little slower because some people like to see the artwork, really soak it up. Feel free to fast forward if you're not interested. Okay, so forests, probably a similar quantity. So 5, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, now here's the little surprise I was telling you about. So you're like, hey, we've seen that one already. But wait, it's a thick card. So this is like a display commander. Instead of having the oversized commanders they used to do, you just get this. So it's still shiny somewhat. Yeah, still foiled, but it's extra thick. So that one is more durable than the thinner one there. Let's take a look at the tokens. So we've got a lot of stuff we're looking for here. We've got the food tokens. On the other side, the pest, there he is. All right, food and pest. So we're going to get a bunch of those, and then there are some other things we will be looking. Oh, here we go. Here's one, Saproling. So a 1/1 Saproling, food and Saproling, demon tokens, star with flying, pretty creepy. Fungus Beast, trample, 4/4. Okay, so we've probably got, yep, Fungus Beast and Fungus Beast. And on your turn and popular Magic formats, what is your favorite format? Leave a note in the comments. So this deck, I think I've been doing these in the order that I like the look of the decks. I actually think this one looks even cooler than the previous one we did. So Witherbloom, I think I'm coming over to that guild. Sorry, not a guild, it's a college. So leave a note in the comments what you think of this deck. Is this something you're planning to pick up? And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button for more Magic the Gathering unboxings, and be sure to tap the notification bell to be notified as soon as new videos are released. And stay tuned, we've got 3 more of these commander decks coming right up. So we'll go really in depth, going through each card, really soaking it up. Hope everyone's staying safe and healthy out there. Thanks for watching and have a great day.